Thank you, Chair. And I would like to start thanking for the invitation to be here, just to share an experience that we had during the past 2 years, accompanying the process leading to the 2 global compacts. I would like to start my presentation by quoting Pope Francis. We live in times when certain feelings and sentiments that seems to have been overcome are coming back to life. Feeling of suspicion, fear, contempt, and even of hatred towards individuals or groups judged different because of their ethnic, national, or religious affiliation, and as such deemed not worthy enough to participate fully in the life of society. These feelings too often inspire real acts of intolerance, discrimination, or exclusion, which seriously damage the dignity of the people involved and their fundamental rights, including the right to life and to physical and moral integrity. End of a quotation. Even amidst the current crisis, experience teaches that effective shared responses are available. The Catholic Church has repeatedly expressed its will to work together with the international community to promote and adopt such measures to protect the dignity, rights, and freedoms of all persons on the move, including forced migrants, victims of human trafficking, asylum seekers, refugees, and internally displaced people. The United Nations process to produce 2 global compacts on migrants and refugees represented a unique opportunity to respond together through international cooperation and shared responsibility. This is why the Holy See decided to contribute actively to the 2 processes. To support this contribution, the Vatican section on migrants and refugees, Dicastery for Promoting Integral Human Development, consulting with various bishops' conferences and the Catholic NGOs working on the field, prepared a document called 20 Action Points for the Global Compacts. The points are grouped under 4 headings: to welcome, to protect, to promote, and to integrate, and they have been approved by the Holy Father. They are grounded on the Church's best practices, responding to the needs of migrants and refugees at the grassroots level. In September 2017, the Holy See presented its 20 action points to the United Nations as its contribution to the draft, negotiation, and adoption of a global compact. After a long process of consultation and negotiation, in July 2019, the final draft of the 2 global compacts were released. In the case of the Global Compact on Migrants, the Migrants and Refugees section gladly acknowledged that elucidations and variation of the 4 verbs to welcome, to protect, to promote, and integrate could be found in most of the commitments, best practices, policy guidelines, and recommendations. The structure itself of a Global Compact on Migration, with its 23 objectives and commitments, recalled the general structure of the 20 action points. There are a few elements of a Global Compact on Migrants that the Holy See would regard as highly positive. First, the recognition of the positivity of the migration phenomenon when it is voluntary and safe. Second, the person-centered approach. Third, the principles of common understanding, shared responsibility, and unity. Fourth, a good and strong language on family and children. Fifth, the right to migrate and the prior right not to have to migrate. Sixth, migration integration as a 2-way process. Seventh, the inclusion of faith-based organization among the stakeholders. In the case of the Global Compact on Refugees, the Holy See is pleased to acknowledge that the Compact presented the international community with the opportunity to shift from a reactive approach to a more proactive one, which will be more predictable and harmonized and thus more effective. As in all multilateral processes, the outcome of these consultations is a document which reflects compromises, a realistic balance of interest and aspiration of hosting countries, of donors, and other stakeholders. The Migrant and Refugee section is convinced that the two global compacts represent an historic advance in our shared responsibility to act in solidarity in favor of people on the move, especially those who find themselves in very precarious situations and those forced to leave. Nonetheless, we are already looking beyond the global compacts. Together with its partners, the Migrants and Refugees section is committing to ensuring that, as a sign of sheer global responsibility, concrete engagement follows from the words that have been codified in the aforementioned two agreements. The Global Compact can only provide a suitable framework for a better understanding of the complex phenomenon of migration and in its multiple facets, and for formulating effective responses in its different challenges. The real action will be up to the individual states in necessary collaboration with other stakeholders, among which, as Pope Francis said, you may be assured will always be the Catholic Church. Migration is a complex phenomenon. As Cardinal Pietro Parolin, Secretary of State, said, the Holy See tries to help understand and deal with this complex phenomenon, as it is done so with sincere concern for the people involved and with respect to states who are primarily responsible for welcoming them in a spirit of openness, responsibility, and cooperation. Only on the basis of mutual understanding may one propose a lasting response to today's human mobility, sustainable for migrants and refugees and for all the countries concerned. Thank you.